what happened. But we definitely do hope to learn and grow as we navigate over here to YouTube. But it looked like we were unable to stream. We may have to increase our our internet yet again, so it could be happening. I think I'm gonna have to do a little more research and see if the extenders and everything we've done are good. But today's video will be in 2 parts, and this is part 2. And I'm going to go ahead and George is going to hopefully say yes, we are live. All right, I'm putting the Let's Go banner piece on the end. I love the color of it, and I think it's going to anchor this color that I have. You can kind of see this kind of matches a little bit. It's in here, so I kind of like that there. All right. Okay, no worries, hon. I'll pop over. It's all new for us. We really appreciate your patience and your grace, the kindness that everyone has showed us as we have been making. We've been making changes like almost monthly at this point, and I know change is a hard thing for some people, and everyone has been amazing. So we thank you for that. We will keep striving to do better and better. All right, I'm just layering these across. Those are the little 4 banner pieces from the ephemera set. I love that. Now I had this Let's Go, but I have Let's Go up here, and I just feel like it would be too repetitive. I have this says Someplace New, and there's a Journey of a Lifetime. I have a feeling my title's going to end up here. Someplace New is super cute. There's also this Travel the World. I do feel like it might get lost on here. Let's go ahead and put my tag pieces on first. I have multiple tag pieces, and I want to start playing with those. I love to tuck papers. I like that one. That one I want to save. And what I want to do is kind of have the whole of this tag. Both of these toppers are in the set. You know what? I think I'm going to go this way. I want to have this one behind this one, I think, but let me just double check. Kind of like it in front. This one is a little longer, so I feel like it would look better behind. All right, and then this would be these 2 tags. You can put as many as you want. I want to also show you something. You will be able to stagger them down just a little bit and do a little shadow behind the one. I'm going to love that. All right, but I think I'm looking at maybe these 2. I feel like I want to do one plain and one busy. It's just kind of, do I want the plainer one in the back and the busier one in the front? Hi, sweetie. I'm so happy we're back on. We are navigating. We're doing our very best at the navigation. Okay, so here are my new tag toppers that I love. Now, Sharon, don't go order these. They're going to be on sale. I tell everybody everything. They're going to be on sale in the Christmas and July sale in like a week. So if you hear me all about tag toppers, that's one of the items we're going to be putting on sale. All right, because I love them. I'm slightly obsessed. Okay, I'm really loving this Travel the World. I sometimes like to put things on my pictures, so I may do that. I'm liking that. That's all looking good. I'm also going to be adding a few stickers as well as an epoxy. Now, once again, I'm adding epoxy. This is not heritage scrapbooking. Epoxy is going to yellow over time. It's epoxy. It's what it does. It is a personal choice if you want to add epoxy. If I was doing fully archival scrapbooking, it would be different anyway. My generation scrapbooking, all of that is I scrapbook that very differently than my everyday scrapbooking and my scrapbooking that is, I'm just moving this down a tiny bit more, and my scrapbooking that is for the joy of my life and what I want to share. I will be able to experience this scrapbooking in my lifetime, but I don't expect my kids to keep every vacation album that I have. I think that is probably a little unrealistic. My title's going to go right here, and I'm going to like that. I have this Lost and Loving It Tourist. This one says explore. I thought these were all really cute, and I think I'm going to want to add them here with some bling. I also just got a little plain one to kind of add whatever epoxy I would like. I think I'm safe for this, but I still have to fit my title, okay? And remember, I already wrote my title down. This is going to be Life at Stonehenge, and I want to be able to fit that. Someplace new was definitely a yes, but I have this busy paper down here. Remember I said I keep papers off to the side in case I want to tuck. I want something a little more plain like this that would kind of maybe block that out, but these look similar. So when I have that experience, I go for dark, a piece of dark cardstock. So I'm just going to pop in my drawer, see if I can find something that's a little dark, but not matchy. And what did I find? Acorn or toffee here, toffee. All right, scraps. This is all the toffee I have left. This is all the toffee that I own, okay? I probably would have preferred acorn, to tell you the truth, since I used all my acorn ink, but this is what I got. Hi, sweetie. Thank you. So much appreciated. We're working on it. We're handling issues as they arise. All right, I'm going to cut this at 1 inch. I am going to be tearing off the bottom, but I still think 1 inch will do me. So if you're doing this, I cut this one to go with this ephemera at a 1x4. All right, I also want to try to find the ribbon that I might like to go with this, or twine. I tend to, in my my older stuff, I really go to this. I've only bought 2 rolls in 10 years. Just to let you know, that is how much is on there. I've only had to buy 2 rolls in 10 years. All right, I also want to add a little something to that. So I'm just grabbing some additional twine. I think this green will work nicely, just so that I have more than one. I didn't want to put anything shiny on it. All right, I'm going to take off a little bit of this too. I do end up being wasteful with this. I will say that. I end up being a little wasteful because I have so much. All right, I'm going to tear the one strip down. There we go. And this is still going to be just like a little too straight for me. So I'm going to grab my distresser. You can also use the side of your, I don't want to tear it, but I want it messed up a little bit. You can also just grab your scissors and run your scissors on there. But this is, I've had this forever. It's still working, so I'm just chewing it up a little bit, right? There we go. And now I'm going to grab my acorn ink and my brown sponge. I mix all, that one's not it. I mix all my browns together all the time. Oh wait, maybe that is it. What do you say we find out? That's my brown one. Doesn't it look like green? I don't know what that looks like. Okay. I was going to say, I only have one other one, which is blue, and sometimes I mix them. All right, a little bit there, and then a little bit on this too. Okay. Thank you guys so much for helping us navigate this. George is literally Googling fixes and checking things, and we're implementing new things as fast as we can when we have these issues. As you can see, this is going to stand out a lot more. We just have a tiny bit of room for tucking, which is all we really need. I'm going to slide under the smallest amount. I'm going under the mat right there. And no foam tape on this. Keeping this flat. And just right underneath the mat. And there we go. It's going to stand out a lot more with that. Let's peel this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, I had already started to rub it down. Someplace new I like. I love to tuck the little bits. This is just too much at the top for me. And because I'm inking, it means my lines don't have to be as straight, I've noticed. So, well, look, this says box seat. All right, To travel is to live. There we go. Sometimes I have to bring in a little bit of ink. Okay, for my twine, I'm going to put them both together and put them through the hole, and then pull the loop side through, grab it in between my two fingers, hold the loop, and then pull it through again. And that'll bring it up to the top here. And then you can do anything you want. You can loop it. You can do whatever. I'm going to separate, make sure I have one green and one brown on each side. I'm just kind of finagling that like a little bit to the front. I'm going to tie this in a bow. And I don't want a giant bow, so I'm going to have to play with it just a little bit, pulling it, tightening it, grabbing my liquid adhesive. I'm just going to put a dot of that. It's going to dry clear, but it's going to hold my knot. Okay, there we go. Let that dry for a second. I kind of like the tucking there, but I don't like it hiding my tag. I might make this a little bit smaller. My problem is once I cut, I can't go back. Okay, that looks really cute. I am going to have to re-ink. I'm cutting this top off and just inking that. There we go. Sometimes I don't do what I thought I was going to do. I really love the tag toppers. You're probably going to see me just putting things across the top of my pages for a bit now. Okay, I'm going to have this here. I'm going to have this one here. I have a tourist, which we are, is going, I think, on. I have trash on top of my photo. It's going to go on my photo. I think we're going to go on that side. I like Lost and Loving It for the color. We are tourists there, but all right. You say we put some of these down, and let's grab our stickers. Now I'm doing a lot of layouts, so I've already planned how to do some of my stickers, but one of the things I had saved a bucket list because I have a few, and this is a bucket list trip for us. I think I'm going to grab the bucket list. I'm just going to line some things up here. Lost and Loving It. Over here I have Let's Get Lost. That's really cute. There's one here that says landmarks. I'm going to grab that. I like this color. I'm going to grab that real quick just in case. I'm taking a look at all the places that I want to put little things. I can't use Our Journey Begins because this is the end. All right. And I'm just looking. And now that I'm seeing how things are going to lay out and where I'm going to put things, if I put my title here, I'm going to have a tiny bit of journaling right here. And then I'm going to have the rest of my journaling right here, my title right here. I know that I'm getting close to having everything that I want on this. And like I said, I will post pictures of my finished layout with my journaling. All right. Bucket list and landmarks are two options that I have, along with this little guy right here, which is not going to get foam tape. Color-wise, I do think I like my other one. I'm going to put that right. The paper pack is Travel Junk, and I did the paper pack, the collection pack with the stickers, but I'm using my own cardstock. This is close to my heart. This is some American Crafts I'm destashing. I decided one of the things I'm doing is giving myself some new and then mixing some of the other. I really like this Journey of a Lifetime, but I just don't think I can fit it. All right, so I have this bucket list. This is the one that I said I wanted to get in.
Sprinkle is in full effect.
Okay, Jen, look, I have my next two layouts are already cut and ready to go and bagged with my photos. And I have another one. When I'm done with this, I will have shown 6, 7. Okay, wait, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will have 7, maybe 8 pages with it. I like this, but I'm going to hold these on here and I'm going to go ahead and finish my epoxy first. I'm going to just glue my epoxy down, and I like the look of the epoxy. it baubles. It's a bauble. Okay, we all know I need my tweezers for my big sausage fingers. Okay, right here, kind of on the angle, bringing that in. Jen, I love this kit, by the way. There's no hardship. I'm planning on doing a personal video soon that just kind of talks about craft mojo, because I lost my craft mojo and it was really hard for me, and now I have it back and I'm so excited and I'm having so much fun. Okay, for this lost and loving it, my concern is if I put this on top of my photo, I will not be adding epoxy to it. And that is because this is already on foam tape. The epoxy is thick. So I'm not going to do that because it'll be too thick. So I'm going to go ahead and just ink the edges. And this is part of the dies paper that you cut. If you have regular punches, you can do them, but there is the epoxy die shapes, and I've just done those. I actually know 2 people who have already gotten 2 so they can cut them out faster. I just rough it. I just have the one. I have one set, and what I do is when I'm cutting one out, I cut all of them out except the button. So I will cut out every size there is, one of every size there is when I'm running them through. So if I need this size, I'm cutting out 4. If I need this size, I'm cutting out all 4. I don't make buttons a lot, even though they are adorable. Okay, this is not on yet. I thought so. Let's go ahead and put this down. This is the bucket, the travel. Time to travel always. I love, George and I only recently found it. I know it has a technical term, everybody, but I'm just tucking like a little geotag back there. Someone keeps telling me what they are, and I still call them geotags. This one says landmarks, and I would love to get this. I think I'll put this on maybe Stonehenge itself. All right. So let me put that one back right now. And I'm going to swap it out for this ticket that says vacation. And even though I know I would have some journaling up here, I'm going to put this vacation on. I'm going to tuck it back so I don't have the little, I'm not going to want to write the date. That information is going someplace else. So now that says vacation right there. And let's get this one on, because he is definitely a tourist. Look at him pulling on a rock like he was going to do something. Just kidding, honey.
I moved it that far.
Sure. This was definitely eye-opening. I will tell you that. Going and seeing, I really just thought we were going to see some rocks, but there was a lot there, and it was very informative. I really did. I found it pretty amazing. Okay, so, oh darn, I just hit my mic. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Okay, so on my stickers, even though I'm spreading my stickers out a lot, I do have enough to put certain things in certain areas on each one. One of the things I wanted to show you is the stickers are comboed in my way. These look more realistic. And then these kind of look more like, this looks realistic. And then the others kind of look like they would be from papers or something like that. And I like the blend of that as well, because I think that can also change some things. There's a film strip right here that has the Wonderlust with the film. And I'm not going to use Wonderlust. I already knew I wouldn't use the Wonderlust. If you love the Wonderlust, you go for it. I'm going to cut this off because we don't always have to use our whole sticker. We can just use parts. And where it says film, that little film strip, this is crooked and it's driving me nuts. I'm tucking this right back here, right on top of my photos. That's just something I like to do. There we go. And I think that helps bring that in just a little bit more. I have my bucket list now over here where it says vacation, though. I do have bucket list, but I can add that to another one. Let's go ahead, and our epoxy is set. We're going to go ahead and put those on. All right. I do try to use them up one pack at a time. So I always go to this pack first. Now I plan on using a whole bunch of buttons on one thing at one point. So I'm okay that I have the buttons. There we go. And then this one here for the Explorer. I like how it makes them almost look like they're under a little magnifying glass. All right, so now I'll go into my other pack for the smalls. Even though they give you the most of the smalls, I'm slightly obsessed with them on cards. So I'm using the most of the smalls. So I'm only allowing myself like one small on my scrapbook pages right now, setting those rules. All right, let's grab some bling. All right. I am looking. All right, so I found this in my stash. This is some old, I believe it's Echo Park. And I feel like a lot of these colors are kind of working with what I have. I call it close enough for me. So that's what I'm doing. I'm constantly moving my bling and just saying, what do I have that's close enough? I don't want to buy new everything. I really do want to use up what I have. I want to spend less, but I want to do more. All right, so up here, I'm going to stay away from the orange. I'm going to add this little yellow, and then I'm going to grab a medium brown. I don't want to use a large up there because my geotag is not that big. Make sure I put this not on the twine. Trimming my twine now. Oh, I love the tag toppers. Okay. All right, good there. I'm going to go over to the vacation and I'm going to add a medium red. And I know everyone will tell you in threes, do everything in threes. Do everything the way you want. Do everything the way you want. I've been adding twos lately, and I kind of like it. All right, I'm leaving the tourist by itself, but over here where it says someplace new, I think this would be a great place to draw attention. I am thinking two little green ones. Look at that green grass in the back. I lied. Peel it off. Go on to medium. And I have two of these. I'm going to keep these the same color. There we go. Two there. You can see, I mean, just by spreading them out, you should be, good to go. All right, I'm going to add a green one up here just so that that isn't the only place that I add those. And in addition, up here, I'm adding a medium yellow. I don't know, I think those kind of look good the way they are, and I might want to add one when I'm done. Okay, so for the Lost, I think a small yellow one will look the best there. Now, I may want to come back after I'm done my journaling and my title. I'm going to save these, and I may want to come back and add a few more of these bling. And then after I do that, please don't send me your hate. Understand we all have things. This will be done for me. I will not wait to use up every single solitary piece. That can become very stressful for me. So after I'm done using them on this layout, I have used enough. I've gotten a lot out of it. It's been enough love. It's time for it to go. I will throw it in my swap box, and I will take it, and other people can benefit from these and all of the other enamel bling that I will be ready to go out of my stash. All right, guys, I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to have a title. I may, originally I thought I was going to do some journaling here, but what I think I'm going to do is my title here and then my journaling right down here. I don't have a ton of journaling on this one because really all I want to say is like, this is inside the hut. And, this is what life was like at Stonehenge. There was farming. There was pulling big rocks. There was living in these huts. And, this is what they slept on. This is what they used and made. And so I'm going to share it. Okay, I really love how my little photo topper area here turned out with those new tags. I thought these were great pictures that we got to go inside. I love all of it. Even though the quality of my pictures may not be what I want them to be, this was such a wonderful time for us here, and I just did not expect to see this. Love the epoxy, just some really simple paper tearing, ink techniques all over, and lots of fun. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me. This was our first live. We learned a lot, and we thank you for your kindness and your grace. Please remember that this was in 2 parts, so hopefully you went back in the beginning. I'll make sure that I also link both of the videos in the description along with some other information about this. That is one thing that I really love. I will be able to reference the sketch that I used. I'll be able to put measurements in. I'll be able to do all those things. And I cannot wait because we're figuring out the kinks when I share a card class with you that's going to blow your mind on this card. I am having a lot of fun and I can't wait to share with you guys the new direction I'm taking in my card making. It was like a little teaser. Did you notice that? All right, if you're watching on replay, leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. Also, once again, let me know if you have travel layouts that you are scrapbooking or travel pictures and where they are. I would love to know what people will be scrapbooking and where, because who knows, I might still have that to do too. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this totally terrific Tuesday. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out here in the YouTube community. And let me know once again what your travel photos are that might be on your phone, on your computer, or in a box. All right, guys, we'll take this crafty journey together. Have fun, everybody. Happy crafting. Bye-bye. Now all I have to do is figure out how to turn the live off, right? Okay, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye. I really don't know where the button is, though. All right, we're releasing.